All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Hey, save the date, August 26th, 4th annual Minnesota Get-Together, the Great Minnesota Get-Together. No, not the State Fair, the Farm Show. The Farm Show. Going to be a great day. Great day. It's always a great day. This year we have the shop. If it turns out to be a horrible weather event, we've got the shop this year, so there should be no worries about weather. And we've got drone. We got drone talk. We got precision 3-point implement talk. We got sheep dogs and dog management talk. And then we're no rain simulator. We're just going to pull chunks of soil out and use them for some fun soil demonstrations and things you can do on your farm to test how healthy your soil is and how good it's functioning right now, or how dead dirt you have. And then we'll have our breakout sessions where the grass and livestock guys go to one side and the row crop guys go to the other. And it's just a 40-minute to an hour of just talking to each other, sharing experiences, asking questions. Bring your questions. There is no question too stupid to show up. Do not feel embarrassed to ask. I don't care what it is. You show up with your question, because that's what this is all about. This is all about how, at the end of the day, you can go home with a couple ideas to hopefully put money in your pocket in the future. In the future, put money in your pocket. And so that's what it's all about. And if nothing else, just a great day hanging out with some great farmers. That's that. July 20th, so that's August 26th. It's a Friday, and I like Friday because we have we've got a fair amount of people that travel from quite a distance. And I like Friday because the area that I'm in, nobody ever says, boy, I'd like to farm over there. But everybody says, boy, I'd like to have a cabin over there, because you go south of me towards the St. Croix Valley, St. Croix Falls area on the St. Croix River heading south. Gorgeous. You take north up I-35, you got, like the Kettle River area, Sandstone, Ascove around Rick Bork. Gorgeous area, Moose Lake. Go up to Duluth and Two Harbors. You have a massive area that is just outdoor recreation. Hiking, biking, canoeing, motorcycle touring, fishing, swimming, kayaking, whatever the heck you're into. Drinking beer on the edge of the river around a campfire. 10,000 acres of that right around me. More acres of that than farmland around me. But bring the family with. Look at it. We are only a couple hours from Wisconsin Dells. Bring the family, make a fun weekend out of it. It's well worth your time. July 29th, Rick Bork is having a beer, I call it a beer and brats kind of event, where it's just folks getting together for beer and brats and just BSing. And if you're not going there, I'm going to be in Iowa at the National Strip Till Conference doing a presentation with some other guys. I hope, with professional guys. I'm a little intimidated. I'm kind of nervous. I'm going into this pretty blind. I hope I do good, but life is short, so who gives a crap if you bomb miserably? Like, who cares? Let's have some fun while we're doing it. While my plane is spiraling towards Earth and smoke trailing, following me the way of the down, I'm going to be laughing and joking, guys. And so it should be a good time down there. I'm going to show up sometime Thursday and try and take in some of the event. And then Friday morning, there's a seminar I want to take so I can ask 2,900 questions. And then after that class, then I'm with some other farmers doing a presentation and having fun. And hey, update on Rick's 4850. Or not Rick, Shane's. Shane, them two are just so close it doesn't matter. They're like an old married couple already. Shane Holt's 4850. I got some update for you here. Let's spin her. So we got a valve housing here. I put the valve housing all together and air testing it, and all of a sudden got a leak. Like, okay. And so down inside here, you see them two black holes right there. That's where the guides were. And you squirt some oil in here. Well, first I used some brake clean, so when I hit with air, it made a fog. Like, oh, we got a leak. So then I squirt oil in, because the oil will foam up, zoom out, and the oil will foam up wherever the leak is. And So them two black holes, they're right here. Boop, boop. And that's just like a 4010 SCV outlet valve that we talked about before. You got this guide that goes in there, and this pin that goes in there, and that guide to pin is pretty sloppy, and this pin normally sticks out the end, and then you have a cam, this cam right here, rocks, and that's what raises and lowers your hitch by opening and closing them valves. And so we got that. So that guide sits like that, that needle sits like that through this other guide, and when it gets pushed, it pushes and it opens that ball up, and then when it goes back the other way, the spring pushes the ball back in and seats it. Pretty simple. Like I said, that's how your 4010 SCVs are, and that's why you don't have a whole lot of 4010 SCV problems. But with the oil in there, it was just foaming hard right out the back of this guide, around that pin, and this is open to the 3-point housing, right to sump. So we call that a high pressure to sump leak. And that's where you're going to get some hissing. That's where you're going to use a little extra fuel throughout the day, because the main pump never gets to stop pumping, and you get excessive heat that way, excessive heat in your oil that way. And so I like this. I like this because that's a cheap, easy fix. And so we should have these parts very quickly, and so we can pop them in quick, put it back together. I just got 5 screws to put this plate back on the front after I get the guides and, just this little mess in place. And here's my John Deere Special Tool number 3. It's just a piece of wire. There's a spring down inside. You snag that wire, and then you clamp vice grips on here for a handle, and you kind of pull the wire, and it unhooks the spring to allow you to do testing. But we'll get it back together, and we'll continue on our air testing and check the housing to see if we have any more leaks. And I don't think that's a fix-all for everything that's going on, but it is a fix. If we had everything else fixed, we would end up coming back to that. So I'm glad we got that going. You kind of, I hear it. I can already hear you guys saying, like, how much oil can really leak around this little pin around that hole? You only got a couple thousandths gap, but believe me, at 2,500 PSI, that oil is just all day long, just pressured through that thing. Even if it's only a half a gallon a minute to a gallon a minute, that is excessively hot oil being sprayed back in. And that, that's where you get that melting of them filters and stuff like that going on. And so, yep, kind of excited. We're slowly making progress. But this valve here that I questioned was $2,000. Well, it's $1,800. I shouldn't exaggerate. And I told Shane, like, I can't guarantee for $2,000 that that's going to fix it. And so for right now, we're not going to put it in. I chose not to put it in because I can't guarantee it can fix it. This comes off easy when this is on the tractor. It's a 10-minute thing to pop that off. It's only 5 minutes just to pop this nut off and swap that valve out if we came to that point. I don't think we're going to get to that point. I think we're going to keep working on this housing and finding the leaks and fixing the leaks, and we're going to get this thing working. No doubt about it. And then Shane said put a few hours on it, so I don't know what he means by a few, but if I interpret that correctly, like if I want a few dollars from the wife to go uptown for something, it's usually several $100. So I'm going to try and find some work for him to do. I don't have a whole lot of work for it to do, but we'll figure something out. No-till drill. Yeah, I don't know what to do, but we'll find something to do. And just to give it a day of running on something, just even if it's raking, pulling my little 10-wheel rake, we have no problem about the engine, the transmission. We have hydraulic issues, and so running the brake, driving the tractor for several hours, and just using the rake to lift on the headlands, that might be enough hydraulic movement, every headland, and that might be enough just to make sure everything's going good and working okay. That's all we're after, is just some time to run it. And so I'm getting kind of excited. I wish it was fall time. I wish it was fall time. Maybe I never do find the leak. Maybe I never do quite fix it until just after harvest. But to test the tractor, I need to keep hauling wagons. I think, you know, that wouldn't be a bad deal. Wouldn't be a bad deal. It's a pretty tractor. I like it. And so, all right, guys, August 26th, expect to see you here. And 29th, if you see me in Iowa at the Strip Till Conference, say hi. Otherwise, say hi to each other at Rick Bork's event. And you guys take care.